Pisces, how are you doing? This is Elijah Keating for Wisdom Seekers. And I love that word, Wisdom Seekers, because that's my website to be, again, yeah, Wisdom Seekers. This is for mid-May to the end of the month, 2018, and this is the energy via the cards, or what to expect. So we'll start off right now. What do you think? Right now, obviously this one needs to come out because it toppled all over me. Okay, this is the one calling to me, so I'm going to take it. And what is our first card? Control. Well, that's interesting, because I always tell people to allow. I never tell people to be in control. So let's see what control stands for. And the very first card that pulled out, or fell out, was the Two of Swords, and that's to move forward in balance, with courage, going in the direction you've been following, knowing, absolutely knowing you're going the right place and that you will get there, but having no idea at all how you're going to reach there. So let's see what more of the cards say. So, my little snake fell off, slid around. And oh, okay, that's interesting. I'm going to pull a few. I'm just not going to talk about. Oh, wow, very good. And I'm going to go with, oh, another very good. Well, very interesting. Last Aquarius had 3 major arcana, and you Pisces have the same 3 major arcanas. So the story that it's telling me, and I've already explained that, is that you do have a tremendous amount of support, and that it's generational, and quite often it's genetic, but it doesn't have to be genetic. It can be support from somebody who's in your life, your line, your soul group, for instance, and that might even be a stronger tie than anything that you have genetically. Not necessarily, because most of the time the people that are in your family are often genetic and soul group, right? And so, but this little time that you've got that is so obviously very powerful because of the 3 major arcana is the Hierophant, which is knowledge or teaching. But teaching is often healing, and there's a great deal of healing, because teaching brings knowledge, and the Judgment in my deck is bringing people out of the dark into the light, so they're aware of what's happening. They know, and when you're aware, you can make such better judgments, which means you're going to leave, and this is the 8 of Swords, you're going to leave that place of frustration behind you and move forward. And this is really simple. I mean, quite often people cannot see where they're going, even though the way is obvious to many others. And that's normal. That's until you're ready to see it, you don't see it. What your result will be? Evolution, because the world and the arcana world is that of evolution, of moving one step higher in your spiritual journey, receiving more gifts, more knowledge, birthing a new way of being. And in this case, there's going to be tremendous amount. There's going to be a huge download for you, which means that you're probably going to have really hard time sleeping for a few days here and there. I'm sorry about that. I do wish it was otherwise. But hey, the knowledge by itself is just so much worth it. And so when they get control, I'm going to say give up control, because control does not help you. It keeps you from running off into the streets and being silly, maybe. That kind of control you want. But it is when you release, it's when you let go, it's when you give it up to the universe, that the universe floods in and you get all these wonderful gifts that you're being offered this next couple of weeks. So nope, wrong there. What does the last card have to say? Believe and succeed. It is so, it just amazes me sometimes how these cards will start out and how they end with exactly the right card. So control. In this case, use control only for certain aspects. Mostly allow yourself to see clearly, allow yourself to grow and function. Be 100% sure you know where you're going to end up. You don't have to know how you get there. Having a detailed plan is not going to give you the benefits you think. Maybe in the third dimension, but not in the spiritual dimension. So the less control in the spiritual dimension is more powerful than control. Because if you're going A, B, C, but you could have gone A, B, D, and jumped at one spot, you can't. But you can with this. You have tremendous amount of support. You have healing. You have a lot of healing coming your way. And you're right, I'm just about losing it. With that healing comes knowledge, great knowledge, because they're both forms of knowledge cards. This is spiritual knowledge, this is clarity. And knowledge and clarity may sound the same, but they're not really. Because you can know a lot of things, but it doesn't mean it's actually clear until you get that aha moment. So all the blindness that you've had, all the I can't do that you've had, they're going to vanish, because you can do it. And when you do it, you get believe and succeed. And gifts, of course, from the goddess, or the earth goddess. So there you go. Control, but only minimal. Believe and succeed is the massive or best way to do things. And when I say massive, I mean that sounds strange, but when you believe and succeed, there is a massive shift in who you are, and you will love who you become if you're not already there. And I bet, being Pisces, who face many emotional traumas and dramas and face them square on, I bet a lot of you are already there. So believe and succeed, Pisces. Namaste. Namasko.